Ooh, that food looks so good this morning. Is it good, Granny?
Who told you you could cook? So you can't cook with a damn girl?
Well, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't be cooking your food, honey.
Well, I had to survive a little bit on something.
Well, thanks for being honest with me, Granny.
Yeah, somebody need to be honest with you before you kill somebody.
Even Grandma couldn't hold back, but let's be real, this is probably just another link in the single mum chain, given the times we're living in. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Modern Women about as useful as a broom without a handle. Not that most of them even know what a broom is at this point, but you get where I'm going with this. Whether it's cleaning, cooking, or just managing to find clothes that aren't pre-ripped, today's clips are a masterclass in what happens when a woman completely loses her sense of identity. It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck where the passengers have swapped out their survival instincts for a never-ending TikTok scroll. First up, we've got ladies who somehow think a microwave counts as culinary skill newsflash. It doesn't. Then there's the fashion parade, where fashion is just a fancy word for paying extra for holes in your jeans, and don't even get me started on the cleaning, or lack thereof. It's almost as if they're allergic to soap and water. So sit back and watch as these women showcase their talents or the glaring absence of them, and remember folks, if you lose your sense of identity, you might just end up as lost as the plot of a reality TV show.
I'm just not gonna have a man's baby just to have a man's baby. If a man wants me to have his baby, I have two requirements. You're gonna get a tattoo of my face on your body because it's a body for a body. My body's gonna change forever, your body's gonna change forever. And my push present is either a car or a house, preferably both, but I definitely want a tattoo of my face on the father of my child's body, preferably stomach, because my stomach is gonna look different after a baby. So your stomach should look different too.
You're smoking crack.
Guys, I got a nickname at work today, and I'm like so excited because everyone has a nickname there, and I didn't have one, and now I finally feel like I fit in. So my nickname is Pendeja, which apparently means beautiful in Spanish, and they're like, hola Pendeja, come here Pendeja, oh you look so good today Pendeja. It's so cool. I'm so happy to have such a loving environment at work. They're so cool.
I hear you loud and clear. But seriously, ma'am, before your next shift, maybe crack open Duolingo or something, because, well, let's just say we're picking up what you're putting down, and no, it's not exactly rocket science why this is happening. Look, a woman on a work site is like a ticking time bomb for any guy trying to get the job done. Aside from a few rare exceptions, they've got a knack for missing deadlines, miscommunicating, and making demands that end up slicing everyone's paychecks. It's like trying to build a house of cards during a windstorm eventually. Something's going to give. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. There's a reason they slapped that title on her, and it's definitely not because she's out there crushing it on the job site. So next time, maybe focus on tightening up those skills before trying to throw down the hammer. Just saying.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
12 calories burned and $50 lighter, and yet somehow I doubt any of these women will grasp just how absurd this whole thing is. This kind of low-effort fun. Workout is a hit among Western women everywhere, because let's be real, as long as there's no real work involved, they're all in. It's like a warm blanket of denial they can wrap themselves in, convincing themselves they're making progress while avoiding anything that actually requires, well, effort. And let's not forget, this is especially popular with those who've already hit the proverbial wall. I mean, just look around, there's no shortage of participants who've seen better days. Honestly, can you even blame the grandma in the front? She probably saw the chance to capitalize on a full-blown crisis and just went for it. Seriously, though, I couldn't pitch this idea with a straight face if I tried. But hey, as long as the check's clear and the yoga pants stay stretchy, they'll keep showing up.
How many guys you knocking down on spring break? Because it seems like you're just going wild.
She's going pretty crazy.
How many guys you knocked down?
How's she? We lost out after like 12.
12 guys on spring break?
Yeah.
How many more guys you knocking down?
On a regular weekend, I'd probably say 3.
3 guys a weekend?
Yeah.
Your father must be bursting with pride. Oh, who am I kidding? He's probably not even in the picture. This chick, like all the others we've seen, is on the fast track to self-destruction. And not just in any old way, no, she's going down the road in typical female fashion, which in today's world is as much about keeping up with trends as it is about personal choices. It's like a twisted fashion show where the runway leads straight to a dead end, and the audience is all too eager to cheer them on as they become more and more irreparable. Now, some might wonder, how are you supposed to compete with that? How do you tell a woman she's headed down the wrong path and actually make a difference? Well, the answer is as clear as day for us: you can't. I've said it before, and I'll say it again: there's no getting through when the mob mentality is taken over. These chicks have formed an unbreakable hive mind, fueled by a cocktail of denial and Häagen-Dazs. So buckle up and enjoy the show, because trying to get a word in edgewise with these gals is like trying to have a serious conversation at a rock concert impossible. And honestly, they're not listening anyway.
Saved there by Rachel, over to Lauren, back to Tanya. Not even fucking close. What a disaster. And now she's having a panic attack. I think she's throwing up gang signs.
Another athlete for the ages, folks. I mean, the voiceover might be a total joke, but it had me laughing so hard that I just had to give it a spot in the highlight reel. This clip perfectly captures the essence of female sports these days. As long as they can lob the ball in the general direction of the target, they're golden. Corporations are practically falling over themselves to hand out multi-million-dollar ad deals just to hit that sweet SJW quota. And let's talk about her posing like she's the next big thing. Seriously, it's like she's giving the "I tried" trophy a whole new meaning. It's Western women's new motto: glorify the fail, baby. I wouldn't be surprised if it's making its way into their DNA at this point. Forget natural selection, we're talking about natural glorification of mediocrity. So grab your popcorn, folks, because it looks like the epic fail trend isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
You need to be fair. You need to be fair. Like, I'm fair. I look good. Like, I'm sexy, I'm hot. Like, I'm not going lower than I've got standards. I've got standards, bro. I've got standards. Is it a crime? Is it a crime?
Sweetheart, I think you missed a spot over there. Now, I know that could just be water, but let me tell you, I've seen a couple of women who went above and beyond, literally. When I was 15, I watched a few ladies using pure gasoline for this job. Yep, gasoline. One of them swore it was the only way to truly kill off the bacteria. Here's the kicker: I've never seen a man do this. Not even once. Apparently, we guys are missing out on some avant-garde car maintenance techniques. Clearly, we're not keeping up with the latest trends in cleaning cars, or perhaps we're just not quite ready to risk turning our vehicles into a fire hazard. But hey, if you're ever in the market for a flamethrower car wash, I know who to call.
I'm just a girl. Y'all, look at this. I'm just a girl. Like, I'm just a girl.
Oh boy, that part was about as clear as a foggy windshield, lady. We didn't need the voiceover to spell it out for us. And let's be real, I'm perfectly okay with Bill's Law getting shelved. It's pretty evident that spatial awareness isn't exactly a strong suit here. Most of the accidents I see on the road? Yeah, they don't usually involve men. And no matter how they spin those stats, the real deal is clear as day. Just look at that tire, it's barely even a tire at this point. One wrong move, a puddle, or a rogue school zone, and we've got ourselves a headline disaster. This is like watching a slow-motion car crash unfold, except it's happening in real time, and we're all just waiting for the next big splash. If this is the new norm for road safety, buckle up, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys want an average guy? Here's the issue, right? Average women don't want average guys because they think that they're not average. They think that they're above average. How's that going to translate in the dating marketplace? You have average women that are going to be chasing after either exceptional or above average men. They're going to curve men who are average, who are actually on their level. That's why you get caught up with boys and in situationships and a guy never committing to you or a guy who's cheating on you because you're shooting out of your league. So if you think you're a 10, surely you must deserve a 10. You're going to chase after Chad. You're going to spend your 20s bunch of dudes. You're never going to like actually get into a proper monogamous relationship. You'd rather have the divided attention of a hyper attractive guy than actually have commitment from like an average dude because you think you're above average. That's the problem in the dating marketplace.
You nailed it. The average guy in the West, with all the hurdles and expectations thrown his way, still manages to rise above the so-called average. It's like they're playing the game on hard mode and still coming out on top. And honestly, when you stack them up against the competition, they're often way ahead, handling responsibilities, navigating modern dating landmines, and still keeping it together. That's not just average, that's impressive.
Suffer from chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression because of this whole situation.
No, you suffer from anxiety, depression. If you do, because you were 15 years old when you had a baby, and then you had 4 more children, you're 20 years old, and your husband's in jail. That would put any normal person in a situation of depression.
I do have proof, Your Honor.
You don't have proof.
It's from my psychiatrist.
If your psychiatrist was here and you wish...
So here's the scoop I tossed in a nod to single mums, but hang with me, I've got a point. Now, therapy can be a real lifesaver for folks with genuine issues, the kind that leave battle scars and require some serious mending. But then you've got ladies like this who practically keep the therapy industry in business all on their own. Seriously, we're talking about a whole arsenal of apps dedicated to therapy now. It's like the latest trend therapy for breakfast, lunch and dinner. These gals are so good at dodging responsibility that they make Houdini look like an amateur. They'll twist and turn every story just to get that golden signature on a piece of paper, all to keep their past neatly tucked away and avoid any real introspection. It's almost like therapy has become a fashion statement. Oh, you don't have a therapist? How quaint they've turned personal accountability into a game of dodgeball, where the goal is to avoid every single hit. And let's be real. The way they play it, it's almost like they've got a PhD in avoidance.
How old are you ladies?
30. 32.
Okay. At your age, do you feel like dating has become easier or harder for you?
It's honestly stupid.
What's the difference between now and then?
It's harder to meet people who have the same interests as you. Because as a woman, the older you get, the more serious you get.
Yeah.
But men don't match that energy.
Do you think it's because men are becoming more successful as they age and they have their pick of the litter?
No.
I think they're becoming stupider, to be honest.
Or do you think that they're just going for younger women?
I don't think it has anything to do with age.
No, I think it's that men have discovered that they don't need to try as hard to want to win a woman's heart. And it's sad because there are a lot of women out there who will settle for that, and that's fine. We won't settle for that. So if you don't bring your A game, you're just really not getting it. And by getting it, I mean like even the chance to just like take us out on a date.
That's the perfect setup for a wild ride, my friend. Picture this, these ladies are out here living in their own version of a tragic epic, where the ticking clock is the true antagonist. It's like they're starring in the feminist reboot of Moby Dick, but instead of chasing down a giant whale, they're out hunting for that elusive 65-year-old, 7-figure dude. And let's be real, these chicks are flaunting their bachelor's degree in underwater basket weaving and a double-digit body count like they just discovered the cure for mortality. For a good 15 years or so, they're coasting, fueled by a world that's been drinking the empowerment Kool-Aid straight from the tap. But here's where the plot twist comes in. Time doesn't care about your degree, your Tinder trophies, or how many Chads and Tararons you've collected along the way. The wall is like the unsung villain in their story, and it's not exactly a forgiving one. They'll roam the streets for what feels like an eternity, jumping from one guy to the next, only to find themselves staring down an empty well. And when that moment hits, instead of facing reality, they spin a tale about how all the mature men must have vanished from the planet.
What did you do?
Why are you guys laughing?
What did you do?
Look what I did.
You broke the bomb. Look, you got.
Well, next time you put gas. Why you have me doing it? You're the man. You should be doing it.
You're the stubborn one, hard-headed.
What kind of man are you?
I told I was gonna do it later.
What kind of man are you? You should have been doing that.
And I told you I was gonna do it later.
Now look what happened.
That's your fault. Don't blame me for that.
I blame you.
It's always the cars that get the short end of the stick in the world of the modern woman. I mean, look at this poor girl. Her driving skills are so legendary they should come with a warning label. This short clip is practically a masterclass in how not to handle a vehicle. The way she drives off, you'd think she was auditioning for a role in a demolition derby. It's like she's got a built-in radar for hitting every single obstacle in sight. Seriously, this video is all you need to see to understand the modern driving habits on this side of the old blue sphere we call home. If cars had feelings, they'd be in therapy after dealing with this kind of treatment.
This is what's wrong with today. The young ladies today, they're not learning from mom how to cook. We're losing recipes.
You can say broke. You hate to say broke because women don't self-identify as broke.
Ooh.
A lot of no. Let's just start right there. You didn't want to say it because I'm telling you why. Subconsciously, women don't identify themselves as being broke. They're saying another
That's
dude
not
broke
what it is.
because he can't take you where you can't afford to take yourself.
Broke is a mentality to me, and that's why I
All
don't
right,
say
your
it.
mentality and your bank account is.
Thanks for the shout-out. In the realm of low utility, finances are like the final piece of a not-so-great puzzle for the modern woman. It's almost like they're living off government handouts or their parents' generosity, all while throwing shade at guys who work honest 9-to-5 jobs. The irony is rich, isn't it? The real kicker? They never learn to look in the mirror and do a little self-assessment. It's always easier to blame the universe for their woes than to face up to their own shortcomings. They've mastered the art of shifting blame while missing the memo on personal responsibility. It's a classic case of not my fault, but with a side of financial dependence.
Shamaya! Oh shit!
I started washing parts in a gas bucket when I was 12 years old, and I wound up teaching at the highest level for General Motors, Cadillac division. There's no higher than that.
He can fix anything but me.
Can't fix stupid.
Haha. Glad it got a laugh. Sometimes the truth hits harder than a punchline. It's no surprise the old-timer's got a grip on things clearly. He's been around the block and knows how to call it like it is. And the fact that he's made a lot of money just shows he's not only speaking from experience but also from success. It's like he's handing out wisdom with a side of financial acumen. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment and share this with others. See you in the next video.